Hey everyone, Miss Ryan, Mrs. Weed here. So I am here on my second to last day at QS High School in the Media Center. So tomorrow is our last day of school. Kids finished on Friday, so we are almost done. So I just wanted to hop on. I try to make weekly videos just to kind of go over what we did the previous week, what's coming up. So everybody has their ADA assignments graded. You guys all did a fantastic job. There was no length limit, but some of you only did like one sentence, maybe two on some of the parts. So I was looking for a little bit more than that. But since it's a journal entry, you can't really say like, hey, 3 pages or whatever, you know. So I guess next time I'll kind of make a word count. But anyway, so you guys are all done with that. This week, our discussion post is on different types of literacy. So I've graded everything that has been turned in. I have had several requests to look at work for your first like real assignment that's due next week. I'm gonna be honest, I would love to. But like the first term in the spring, I taught 2 courses. Last term, I taught 3. This is my first summer term teaching 2 courses at once. So I have 63 students to get through everything in 5 weeks. So I would love to. I just honestly, I went to Costa Rica last weekend. I got back Monday. We had prom Tuesday, tattoo Wednesday, Thursday I had off. Friday was graduation, Saturday, Sunday were graduation parties for the students, and I am exhausted. So I am keeping my head above water. But I do have everything graded that has been turned in. So I have no problem looking at things early. I've already graded discussion posts and assignments for Module 3, and one of you have already turned in your assignment for Module 4. So I am cranking those away. I just don't have time to look through email because then I don't have my feedback. I would rather just look through it, put the feedback in, give you a grade. Always in my feedback, I try and say like, hey, here are areas that you can strengthen. Anybody can resubmit any assignment at any time. As an educator, I don't expect you guys to have it perfect the first time. That's why I give feedback. If you want to, you can adjust and resubmit. Someone did ask how many submissions. I don't think I've ever had more than 2, but it doesn't matter. There is no limit. So keep working, keep revising. That's what we do in the real world. You know, we get feedback, even me as a teacher, and lesson plans. Like, okay, this worked great, this didn't work great. I make my post-it notes for next year so I can go back and redo it. Sometimes I just didn't hit the mark and I got to go back the next day and, you know, redo something. So, you know, I try to do my course as if we're in the real world, you know, like everyday things. So if you did not like your grade, please look at the feedback. Feel free to ask me any questions. We can set up a time to meet if necessary. Just when you do resubmit it, please say revised or resubmission so that way I know what the new one is. Like today I looked at a revision and I just put revision 6-1 and then my notes underneath and you know, change the grade. So I have no problem doing that. It's a lot harder to do through email because then I'm looking at it 2-3 separate times instead of just kind of looking at the notes and making sure that those revisions are there. So yes, you may revise, you may redo things. I just don't have time to, you know, open it through email and do it that way and then grade it and then possible resubmissions. I think that's the only updates I have. I'm trying to think what the most common thing was. I think that's kind of it. If you guys have any questions, I know someone did ask for a Zoom tomorrow, so I'm going to do that. So if you just want to kind of touch base, you know, I hate these online courses. Oh, I was going to say, I think it was this week's discussion post. A lot of times, like, I'll end it with a question just to kind of keep the conversation going. Once you post your initial, you're not required to respond. It's just ways to kind of have that interaction since we don't get that since we're not in person. So don't feel like you have to respond, but if you do, you know, we'll kind of keep going back through and just carrying on some conversations about some of the things that we're learning in class. So again, not a requirement, just a fun way to keep us connected. So if you guys need anything or if you just want to chat, you know, touch base, hook my head. I've had a student earlier, you know, kind of ask me about my career path, how I got here. I am moving to Tennessee and starting my own middle school library from scratch. So if you want to know about that process, anything related to school librarianship, just let me know. I'm here and I will be in touch soon. Bye guys.